This is Chambogo. We are approaching Banda, and I want to show you a quick access to join onto Kamuli Road and also join onto the northern bypass. Of course, at Banda here, we are approaching the Nabisunsa Secondary School area. Then we will turn left and go through that road that connects you to Kamuli Road and parts of Chambogo, the university, the hostels. This section is part of the continuous upgrading of this road that is happening. You can see it is still, it has been resurfaced, and they are trying to resurface it. So it's not so smooth yet as that section was. So here we are going to take a left turn to use the Banda close. That will take us up to the Naria junction. But this close is a bit narrow. It has a lot of university students, so you're supposed to exercise caution while using this part of the road. Here you go up, and if you continue up, you access the university's entrance. But that would be on the right, but we'll take a right turn. It's a sharp right turn coming up ahead. That will lead us to now areas of Chambogo, areas of Kamuli Road, where we find that main junction, and I can connect there either or proceed to join the northern bypass from there. So like I mentioned, it's narrow. Luckily we are passing at the time when students are in class. It is usually congested with foot traffic. And now at this junction you can turn left into the university. But like I mentioned, we will have to use this Chisosonkole road and then go towards the junction that takes us to Kamuli Road. This part of the road is very smooth, and this shortcut basically cuts on the traffic that would be on the Banda Chireka side, connecting you to Namugongo Road. So here you can avoid all that if you cut through here and connect to Kamuli Road. Though I have to mention that it is when you get to Kamuli Road, it gets really heavily trafficked at some points, especially the peak hours of the day, in the morning and in the evening. Here we have Chambogo College School access, and on my right is a number of hostels that help to accommodate the university, the Chambogo University students. We are moving at the time, it's about 11 a.m. So that is the sweet spot for no traffic on most of the roads. We expect by now the different contributors to traffic within the city are either in their offices or they have reached their destinations. So there is a lot of easing of traffic within the city. So it's a sweet spot for those who are staying at home to get into town and to avoid the early morning congestion. The walkway is quite limited, but since it's not heavily trafficked, people should be comfortable. It's a university setting, so you expect that there are people who are basically like pedestrians, but university students who are heavily using this road, commuting from their hostels and up to the university. It has some sharp turns and bends, There are speed humps at several sections of the road, and one of the sharp bends is this corner as you reach this Kaboja hostel. It is quite sharp that you need to really go through it very carefully, else you have head-on clashes with oncoming traffic. At this point we find another right turn which is very sharp, and yeah, but it's a very convenient access into Nalia, into parts of Namugongo, Mbara section. Basically, once you get onto here and access Kamuli Road, you have access to the northern bypass and its associated linkages, which basically becomes convenient for you. The road is very okay. There are no potholes, and on the left is another road that takes you up to through Chambogo and through to almost Ntinda. Yes, so this is the junction that connects us to Kamuli Road on the right, and the northern bypass is about 500 meters or so on the left, but we will proceed to use the northern bypass. Kamuli Road is very in bad shape. Basically, it has a number of potholes, yet it is highly trafficked. I think it needs to be resurfaced and improved, widened if possible, to accommodate the motorcyclists as well as pedestrians. This is the famous Nalia junction on the right, so we will get into the junction and proceed to use the northern bypass. You will see here that they have tried to accommodate for traffic coming from this side to be able to access the bypass. When you look ahead, that is the traffic coming from areas of Chiwatule and so on. But this is now the access point to get onto the bypass. It's quite narrow. You need to really be careful when joining here, and to make sure that you don't at least get into the roundabout if you're continuing towards the Masaka or Fort Portal, because if you get into the roundabout you have to turn around and then move back again. But now this is the northern bypass, one of the very good roads we have in the city, recently resurfaced. It has been improved. I can tell you that I'm really impressed with this road and the connectivity it provides to connect the four major highways: Masaka, Hoima, Mubende. You can access all those places from here, including the Kulu Road, including the areas of Chira and so on. It has a speed limit of 70 kilometers per hour, and it's dual lane with the highly separated traffic on both sides, two ways. On the left we have the walkways. There's enough space for motorcyclists. The pedestrians have been separated from the traffic with a barrier, as you can see. These flyovers really do a lot in helping traffic flow between the roads that have been, the areas that have been disconnected by this road. I know it took long, but it finally paid off. We are enjoying it. Remember, it can connect you even up to Entebbe via the Kampala or the Busega Entebbe Expressway. So I don't know, but it's just about 15 kilometers from Nanalia Junction to reach Busega, and from there you can access all parts of central Kampala. On the right is the Kulambiro, Chisasi area, with developments there. On the upper left we have areas of Tinda and Chiwatule in the mix up there. But now we start looking at Tinda coming up, the main Tinda areas, and the next junction that will be coming up will be a junction at Kisasi. Basically, these are areas that have been favored by this road and the improvements thereof. These are areas that have seen significant development spike, especially once the road was finished and these flyovers done. It used to be a nightmare before they put the flyovers. So here you can access in Tinda Kisasi or proceed on to using the northern bypass, proceed to other parts of town. One of the biggest challenge on this northern bypass at the moment, and especially during the peak hours, is the motorcycle traffic, the border borders as we call them. The border borders tend to eat up almost one lane during the peak hours because of the so many numbers, and that alone kind of degrades traffic flow at this junction. I think the challenge with that is that you have efficiency of the road becomes low. In the foreground, that big road that big structure that you see is what is being done at Kabila Country Club to expand it to a bigger conference and hotel site, and I've shown it to you on the Bukoto Tinda section of the road. So this is the bypass for you. A very good development, part of Uganda. This is the northern bypass. I've previously mentioned that we are going to have a southern bypass that will also connect parts of southern Kampala onto the main trunk roads such as this one. Coming up next, we are looking at the Chebando junction, where we will stop for today. But I think it is important to appreciate the efforts that have gone into making this road this motorable and nice. It is not yet having traffic street lights. They are not yet there, but I hope the relevant authorities have plans on installing street lights on this road, the same way they have done for the Busega Entebbe Expressway. So we'll take this access and go back towards Bukoto, which is very convenient. So if you're coming from Bukoto, coming from Kamocha, you can easily access the northern bypass and other areas. But this is the Chebando junction basically. So for today we shall stop here, and allow me wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.